According to a 2022 article from Flying Magazine, earning your pilot certificate can cost between $10,000 and $20,000. The article breaks down the various costs and notes the biggest dollar items are the rental costs of about $100 per hour and the instructor time of between $50 to $60 per hour. The article goes on to say that while the FAA only requires 40 hours of flight training to earn a pilot certificate, most students take between 60 to 70. With this in mind, it would seem that the best strategies for reducing the cost of flight training would be those that help you finish as close to 40 hours as possible. In fact, using pricing from the article, the difference between 40 hours and 70 hours could be as much as $4,800. Now, there are lots of things that can increase the number of required training hours. However, there are only a few things that can help reduce those hours, and they all start with one commonly overlooked tool that you're probably very familiar with: the lowly notebook. But Scott, how can a simple notebook save me so much money during my flight training? Well, I'm glad you asked, but before I get into specifics, let's take a second to explore why I'd recommend something so old-fashioned. I mean, in this age of smartphones, tablets, and other digital tools, why use paper and pen or pencil? According to multiple studies and online sources, writing by hand not only improves learning, it also helps people remember information longer, even if those notes are never reviewed. Scientists believe this is because writing by hand requires more effort and thought than typing. I mean, think about it. When typing, all of your hand motions are relatively similar. But the act of writing the letter T is very different from the act of writing a W. That additional effort and the fact that writing forces you to slow down and focus more all aid in the coding and retention of information. In short, handwriting your notes in a notebook or using a stylus on a digital device can move you from being a passive student to being an active learner, and there's a growing body of evidence showing that active learners not only learn faster and retain information longer, but are also more likely to be able to use that information to solve real-world problems. But what should you be writing? I suggest students start with the following 7 things. Write down any homework or reading your instructor assigns to you. Additionally, when you can, write down when you think you'll complete that assignment. Now, this doesn't guarantee that you'll do it, but multiple studies have shown that writing goals and plans makes you 42% more likely to achieve them. When doing your homework, write down any questions that occur to you. At your next lesson, ask the question and then write down the answer. Write down all procedures for all maneuvers you'll be doing. In essence, create your own flight operations manual. This will not only help you prepare for upcoming lessons where you'll be practicing, but it can become a very valuable review tool should you not be able to fly for an extended period. I'll discuss that more later. Take notes during each lesson debrief. You're paying good money for your instructor's opinion regarding the flight, so make sure you record them for later. This information can also be used to refine your maneuver notes as you get more experience. Journal about each flight. Now, I'm not talking about getting all touchy-feely, and this doesn't have to be long, but do a thorough self-debrief. Use bullet points. Date the entry, describe the goals, describe what went well and why. Then write down what you should have done better and what you'll do to fix it next time. Write plans of action for upcoming flights. Again, this doesn't have to take more than a few minutes. Use bullet points to record what maneuvers you'll be practicing, decide what order you'll be doing them, then record how you know if they go well or not. Doing this can help make your journaling take less time too. And last but not least, record everything you think is critical, especially things you've had to be reminded of more than once. To make this tool even more useful, I recommend dividing it into at least 4 sections. Feel free to add more or fewer as you find helpful. The first section is journal and note entries. The second is for definitions, mnemonics, and acronyms. Third is your personal flight operations manual, and the final section is for questions and answers. And this is only the beginning. This personal reference now becomes a tool that you can use to help remember not only the knowledge areas, but also practice the skill areas. How do you do that? Well, that's the subject of the next video. In the meantime, I need for you to do 3 things. First, use the comments section to let me know if you use a notebook or other written tool. If you do, what other things do you put in your notebook? Second, if this video was helpful, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. If it was really helpful, leave a tip using Buy Me a Coffee. The link is in the description below. Third, watch this video next. As always, thank you for watching, fly safely, and I will see you next time.